Okay, friends, fans, and followers, let's do a little experiment here. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I'm anxious to see. So what I want to do here is just see how far a deer can travel before it loses enough blood to die from blood loss. So the average 150-pound deer, 160-pound deer has 128 ounces, about a gallon of blood in its system. It's got to lose around 30% of that in order for it to die as a result of blood loss. So that's 45 ounces. So what have I done? I've created this fake blood here. This is a 1 liter bottle, so this is really just shy of the 44 ounces. It's, you know, whatever it is. It's less than 44, but that's okay, because we will say that that is, you know, what stays in the deer, because not all of the blood's gonna leave the deer. So I've created this fake blood that is not colored very well. It's kind of purplish and not, but that's okay. And I wanted to do this because we're probably in the last snow of the season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just walk along and spray this blood until it runs out and see how far we go. Now, this is not scientific, this is not absolute, it's just a fun thing that I want to see. Give everybody a feel for the flavor. You know, we get a lot of, wow, man, that blue deer's got to be dead because there's so much blood. Well, maybe not. I'll just clean this out so we put it. Maybe not, you know, because they got to lose a lot of blood, and blood can look like it's a lot, but it's really not a lot, and I think that'll probably show up here in this snow. So what I'm going to do, let me start my Onyx here. Let's see here, Onyx. I have my sunglasses on so I can't see it on this bright sunshiny day. I can't see it. Oops. Let me see here, tracking. We'll just start a track. Okay, so let's just say that this is the shot site. We get a little bit of blood here, boom, just a little bit, and then we walk along, and then we get about 20 yards or so, and all of a sudden we start to get more blood, and a little bit more blood. And a little bit more blood. And we'll just keep walking. We'll just see. I have no idea what this is going to turn out like. I presume you can probably see that. Yeah. And I'll walk this trail backwards. A little bit more blood. Few dribbles here. Few more dribbles. Brew! Well, I guess she's coming with me. She just blasted through the electric fence. All right, we'll go for a walk. A little bit more blood. She needs to go on a sniffy walk anyway. And a little bit more blood. Look at, so that's how much I've got, and I'm, you know, however many yards in. I'm 100 yards into the track. A little bit more blood. A little bit more blood. You see that? A few dribbles here. Brew! Here! Come on! Come on! Alright, I gotta take care of this. I'll be back with you. Ooh, turkey tracks. All right. Let's just pretend the deer stood here for a minute and bled a lot. Man, look at all the blood. That deer can't be far. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Let's just see how far we go. How far can 44 ounces go? Oops. Got some podcasts coming up, some live streams with some guests I'm kind of excited about to just gotta schedule them and set up the time to do it. And it works for everybody. But I think those will be fun ones. So be watching for those. Fun conversation about stuff. What do we got left here? Yeah, there you go. You kind of get a feel for the flavor there. How much we got? Yeah, we're getting down to the end. Jeez. Let's see. Oh, we're about done here. About done. All right, we'll call this done right here. Let me pull out Onyx, see how far that was. Oops, not iHeartRadio. Onyx. Half a mile. 0.6. Okay. 0.6 times 1560. This deer went 1,056 yards before it ran out of blood and died as a result of blood loss. So let's just walk the trail backwards now. Got the camera pointed down. I can presume that you can see it here. So let's just walk it backwards so you get an idea of what it looked like. Now, remember, it took me, what? I don't know, let's look, how long did it take? However long it took me, it'll take a deer much less than that. Because I was walking the whole way. Deer are not. They're going to run a long ways, or a certain ways, and then they'll walk a little bit. Maybe they'll stop and bed down even, I don't know. Certainly could happen. But you can see the blood here. Simulated blood. Oh, jeez. Let's see how far. Let's just see how far I went. My content tracks, or how long it took rather. 14 minutes. It took me 14 minutes to get to the end of the blood. There's blood right there. We'll just walk it backwards. There's some right there. So again, I don't know what this tells us. There's nothing scientific about it, but it's just a fun little experiment on how far a deer can potentially travel before it loses 44, 45 ounces, which is how much blood a deer must lose for it to die as a result of blood loss. So why did I do this? Well, first of all, I was curious. But we get a lot of folks, and before I got into tracking, I was one of them, that when you see a lot of blood, or what we perceive to be a lot of blood, a lot of blood in the context of a hunter's perspective, we think that the deer can't be far because it's lost so much blood. Well, the reality of it is, it's really not a lot of blood, because it takes a lot. Like I said, this 1 liter bottle right here was less than the 44 ounces it takes for a deer to expire. But like I said, we'll let that account for oh man, I'm tired. The blood that stayed in the body and didn't exit. So again, it's not absolute. It's not scientific. It's just a fun experiment. Okay, guys. Just for the sake of video length, it's boring. And at this point, and I've got another 350 yards to get to the end of the trail, I'm just going to stop recording. But you kind of get a feel, man. Let me know what you thought about this. I'd be curious. Again, not scientific, just fun, just something to do. I was curious myself, but I guess the moral of the story, deer go a long ways. Just because you have what, from the hunter's perspective, is a lot of blood, doesn't mean that it's really a lot of blood. There's the first spot the deer stopped and stood. So, 128 ounces of blood, and the average 150-pound deer takes 30% of that. They got to lose 30% of that to die as a result of blood loss. That's 44 or 45 ounces, whatever that is. And this is what just shy of 44 ounces did in our experiment. 1,056 yards, and a deer ran out of blood. So anyway, let me know what you thought, and follow along on Tales on Trails deer tracking on Facebook and YouTube. Got some streamcast, I'll call them, coming up with 3 different guests. So it'll be a while, but before we get them all done, but setting those up here soon. So thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed this boring little walk in the woods, and we'll talk to you soon.